Hi heathens. So today, I'm not exactly sure why it's in such a big box, but I have a Colourpop box. I need to cut it open, but I got the Just My Luck new green eyeshadow palette. It is one of the 9-pan palettes that they do. And I'm so glad that they finally made a green. They've got a bunch of other colors. And, you know, everyone wanted a green. And I think with, of course, St. Patty's Day coming up, they were more than happy to oblige. Oh my god. I really hope that there's good enough light for this video. If not, I will be redoing this after I watch this. And I'm sorry if this is all up in your business. The bubble wrap. I'm trying to get everything out of here so that I can get the big box out of my way. Okay. Oh, geez. I got a few more things other than just the... Okay. Other than just the eyeshadow palette, but that is the main thing that I want to focus on here, along with a super shock that was with it, which is Fizz. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but I just want to do a super quick eye look with this palette just to try it out. This is the Super Shock in Fizz. And of course, for anyone who has used any of the Super Shock shadows, you know that they're absolutely incredible. So it should swatch the exact same as any of them do. And I don't, excuse me. Let me scoot up. I don't know exactly what my hair is doing. It's just kind of doing a thing. Alright, so this is the Just My Luck palette. It comes in this little cardboard case and has the shade names on the back. So, if we get in, the cover is, you know, the same as the box. And then inside has the little piece of styrofoam. Does have a mirror in it, and these are the gorgeous green shades. So I'm going to swatch a few and then put a few on my eyes. So I want to swatch Chances Are, which is this super light green. I guess it would be like the transition shade of the group. I want to swatch Mary Jane, which is like a goldish green. I want to swatch All of You, because that one, there's a joke with an old friend that means a lot to me there. And then I'm going to do Mo Bamba down here, which looks like it's a matte, but it's got little pieces of shimmer in it. So I want to see how that comes across. So first, second, third, fourth. All of them are really pretty except the first one. Not that it's not really pretty, but let's see if I can... Already got eyeshadow on the side of the palette. If I can build it up a little bit. I was expecting it to be pretty light, but even on a second coat, I mean, it's definitely your transition shade. It's not necessarily going to be the star unless you like do a cut crease with it and put it on top of some concealer. I'm gonna get a makeup wipe real quick just so that I can clean off my fingers. And we are going to not waste any time and get right on in. Now, I do already have on mascara that I wore all day today. Trying to find a headband. Oop! I knocked one down. I'm just gonna put this on. but I did not put on any eyeshadow this morning. So this will be all I've got on my eyes. Since it does have a mirror in here, I'm just going to peel the plastic off of that. And I probably should have gotten my brush before I took my glasses off so that I can see what I'm doing. Alright, first I'm going to go in with my Fara brush. It's a huge brush. I don't even know if this is supposed to be for eyeshadow. And I'm going to dip into that super light shade, chances are. And we're just going to put that kind of everywhere. Start to build up a little base. And I do want to try to use some of the shades that I swatched, but also use shades that I didn't, so that we have a fair idea of how everything in this works. And so also, I picked up a little more on this side than I did on the first side. I didn't knock as much off my brush. But so far, it looks like it's applying a little better with a brush than it did swatched on my hand. So I don't know if that's because maybe my eyelids are more fair and so it has a better chance to pick up, or if it's just because the brush picks up the color a little better than my finger did. Now it's still really a light color, but it does show up more like that than it did on my finger. Alright, next I'm going to go into one of the, well, I think it's one of the Alamar brushes. I know I got it with BoxyCharm. I'm going to go into the shade right beside that, which is Kiss My Hoss, or Hass. I think it's Hoss. Just tap in a little bit. There is a little bit of kick up, but that's okay. And I'm just going to deepen the creases just a little. I say just a little, but this shadow disagrees. It's going to be quite a bit. And for not picking up a lot of product and not putting a whole lot of pressure down on my brush, that's green. Like, I'm just tapping in a few times, the same amount of kick back, kick up, whatever, and then tapping off. And I don't know if you can see how much is actually picking up, but it's still quite a good bit. And then just gently brushing that in. Like, that's really pigmented, which is great. Sometimes I don't mind when they're not as pigmented because it allows a little more room for wiggling in case you make a mistake. So this one, I'd say if you're gonna anticipate on making mistakes, you're probably just gonna have to be prepared to go back in and clean it up a little bit, either with another color or concealer, depending on what you do and what you meant to do and all that fun stuff. So then I'm just going to go in with, I'm actually going to do Charmed down here in the bottom. It's kind of like a brownish olive color. And I'm going to use that same brush and just very gently tap in, tap it off. And I'm just going to tap that onto the outer edge of my eye. And just deepen up this side just a little bit, if I can, without pulling it too far past the middle. Same thing, just tapping in, tapping off, and that's literally what I'm doing on my eye too, is just, I don't know if y'all heard that thunder. That was actually pretty loud. Alright, so this one, it did get a little higher up on my eye. So I'm going to use the other side of it, tap back into the top 2 shades that I used. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do that. And then blend that in, and then blend it a little more on this side. So I don't know if y'all can see where it went, like right here instead of just right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a flat brush and tap into Charmed, which is that same shade I was just using, and go back in the outer corner. Okay, see, that applies it a little more evenly, like where I want it. Since I am trying to concentrate it so much on this outer corner, I think it's easier to not have it touch the top at all. Okay, then we are going into, I don't know which color, I guess since I used Charmed on the outside, I'm going to use the Olive You shade. Oh, what finger did I swatch that with? This finger. And I'm going to tap it in next to Charmed from the inner corner going to the middle. I did get a little bit up under my eye from my finger. And then I'm just going to kind of blend them together. And then onto the other eye. Yeah, so with that thunder, it was supposed to rain today around like 2 o'clock. And it's now just after 5. So, I mean, at least it's finally going to rain. The pollen hit hard, so my car definitely needs for the rain to come and get some of the pollen off of it. Yeah, I know I could take the hose and wash it. I don't want to do that because I know it's just going to come back anyway. I don't want to waste time or energy doing that. Okay. Just trying to do that without taking off any of my mascara. Alright, now I'm going to do something that I normally don't do because I'm awful at it. And that's to take a really, really small brush. This is just one that I got off Wish forever ago. And I'm going to go into the Kiss My Hoss shade again. And I'm just going to tap into that on the end and sides of the brush. You can come up here. And I'm going to go underneath my eye. And since I do have on mascara, this is going to be a little tricky to try to get right up under there and not completely screw up my mascara. Cass. Alright, and then I'm going to wipe that off on that makeup brush just a little bit. And then on my pants, I'm going to dip into Chances Are, which is the lighter first shade, and just go on the inner part and get it all in my eye. And that's always fun. It's also the main reason that I tend to not try to line my lower lash with eyeshadow, other than the fact that I have horrible under eye creases. So no matter how precise I try to be, I always wind up with eyeshadow like in my creases. Then I'm going to go into Mary Jane, which is that super goldy green shade, with the same finger I swatched it with, and just pop that on my inner corner, which I will then go and clean up a little bit with my handy dandy makeup wipe again, because apparently my fingers are huge, like just gigantic compared to where I want eyeshadow. And Then I'm going to take that brush from earlier and we're just going to pat those two colors together a little bit so it doesn't look as harsh. And, ow, I pinched my finger in the palette. This is what we come up with, at least what I came up with. I'm really, really happy with this. I think it's really different. I am going to swatch Fizz, which is the Super Shock. I love the way these things feel. Oh, it's amazing. And then it's super pretty. It's the one furthest toward my knuckles. So yeah, this is the look that I created with the Colourpop Just My Luck eyeshadow palette. I actually think that even though it's obviously really in your face green, it doesn't seem, let me take this out. Let's see. It doesn't seem terribly, I don't want to say it doesn't seem terribly loud because it is pretty loud, but it doesn't seem like something that I couldn't wear and it be too much, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm really happy. Let me know what y'all thought down below. And they've been asking what color everyone thinks they should do next. I'm voting for like a gray silver smoky palette. But y'all let me know what color would y'all like to see next that they don't already have. The three main ones that they have that are like just in that color family are this one, a purple, and a pink. So let me know what y'all thought down below, and I will see y'all next time.